What's up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY 7 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into another old school versus new school. So in today's old school versus new school, I have the Freddy Krueger palette from Glamlite and Nightmare on Elm Street up against the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt. Now y'all know this is the first Melt palette that came out with Smoke Session. It was giving, I was living. I love the color story. I was so happy that they came out with it. I ended up not buying mine in the first round though, when they had the situation of the shimmers puffing. I bought mine during 420 when it came out again. So I didn't have the issue. I know there was an issue in the past. I'm sure the issue has been fixed by now though, because this palette's been out for quite a long time. But I feel like both these palettes look really similar. And this is one I told you all in the Freddy Krueger video that you saw tonight, because I'm filming this Monday night when that video went up. It was supposed to go up Sunday, but it took forever to upload on YouTube. But I decided I wanted to battle both of these side by side to see, because I know some of y'all said you wanted to get your hands on the Freddy Krueger collection and it has sold out and you didn't get a chance to. So I want to show you that you might have similar things in your collection. So we're going to put this Smoke Sessions up against the Freddy Krueger palette. And I have another video coming for the, what is it, the Dreamer palette? I think it's called Daydreamer or Dream Slayer coming up. I don't know which one's going to go up first, but I have filmed both of them. Well, I'm filming this one now and I filmed the other one already, and we're gonna get into that. So let me zoom in real quick and cute like. I ended up getting the, what is the full fantasy palette that I told you all if it went on a good sale I would get. I found it on Macari for like 30 bucks and they had the coupon for the $10 off, and I had sold something, so I had made like 20 something dollars. So I literally didn't pay for the palette at all. Like I didn't pull any money out of pocket. That's why I ended up with it. So this is the eye look. I came up with it for the first time. I was rushing to try to get to work, so I wasn't trying to do, you know, too much, but you know, this is what we're working with. I'm gonna go off camera and get my life in order, but first let me talk real quick about the palettes, because that's what I normally do in these, and then I will come back and y'all know the drill. I do swatches, so it'll be Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Glamlite. We're gonna do obviously Melt off camera because Melt is the oldest one, and I want you all to get another look with this palette and see how it performs. So Smoke Sessions, like I gave y'all a little brief interlude about, this is my baby. This is one of my favorite Melt palettes. I just love the color combination that they came up with, from the dark matte to the light to dark shimmers, and then the dark matte to somewhat light and dark shimmers. My only thing with Melt is I feel like they want to give you a lot of dark shimmers, and I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that. So with this palette, I feel like they did a nice balance of light to dark shimmer, so you get a nice gradient of these tones on the eye and a nice gradient of these tones on the eye. And it'd been nice to have a transition shade, but you know, like it's not that deep to me in the grand scheme of it all with the color story that they put together. I think it's chef's kiss. Now, when it comes to this Nightmare on Elm Street, I like the color story of this palette as well. It gives you more deeper, grungier variety though, because it did 10 shades instead of I think the 8 that's in the Melt, because I'm pretty sure it's 8 in Melt. Don't quote me, but I like the color story of this as well. It gives you a nice black to darken up the outer V, and it gives you a nice range of greens, but a couple of neutrals to go along with it. So you got like this dark green, you got this light green, and you got a couple of neutral greenish, brownish shades. Then you get a somewhat good variety of shimmers. I prefer to have a little bit more green than the more of like brown I feel like they gave, but I still feel like it's a decent balance overall. So I'm impressed. I like the palette. I'm glad to have it in my collection, and I can't wait to pair them along side by side. So now that we've done a little cute little quick review that I normally do before I start, I'm gonna go do an eye and I'll be right back. Okay girl? Okay. Make sure you are subscribed, because there should be a giveaway going on when this video is going up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, then you can't enter it. So just FYI. Okay y'all, so this is the eye I came up with the Melt palette. So here are the swatches. So it's Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Glamlite, Melt, Melt, and then Glamlite. So I ended up swatching this shade for the inner corner for it to be brighter, but I forgot there aren't like super bright shades in the Glamlite one, so I had to end up using this one. And then I decided to change to these two shades for my lid, because they're closer in tone than the two that you see right here. So that's what we're working with. So I'm gonna start off with the deepest shade in this palette called Knives. Well, sorry, I'm gonna start with the shade Knives. We're gonna go into Asylum. Then we're gonna take the shade Coming For You in our inner corner, and the shade Boiler Room is what's going to go on the lid. So get into it. So y'all, I was very curious about how some of this was going to be to my Melt palettes already, because I noticed like they're doing, I feel like they're doing somewhat similar color stories to them, just like Unearthly was. If y'all remember that video I did a while ago when they were still Alien Cosmetics, I showed you so many palettes that they had come out with that looked really similar to the ones from Milk. I was thinking about doing a video about these as well, like one of those eyeshadow verses. If y'all remember that series I did a while ago, where I showed like a whole bunch of different palettes and I did a role ranking system and all that. Y'all was out here doing a whole lot. I have not done one of those in a while because I just haven't felt like there's been two brands that came out with consistently similar color stories, because that's what that series is about. I'm explaining because, I mean, like, if you knew, then you don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, what are you talking about? I had this series. It's called Eyeshadow Versus. And what I would do is I put two brands against each other with a whole bunch of different palettes that had similar color stories. And then I'd rank the performance of the brand and the quality and all that. And then we get an eye look done with each brand and then decide. So the Melt one is definitely more pigmented. I feel like I've been having to build this one up quite a bit. But y'all know Milk's shadows back in the day were pigmented. Now I feel like the new Milk shadows, I feel like will be even with this one. Do with the information which you will. But with this one I definitely feel like I can build up more than I had to do with the Milk one off camera. Random side note. But yeah, so I did one on Earthly Cosmetics versus Milk Cosmetics, because they had a lot of similar palettes, and once I started showing people, they were like, you know what, I never really noticed that until you pointed it out. And I'm like, yeah, because, you know, I do stuff like that a lot because I have to make these videos and give y'all comparisons and all that, which is I feel like why a lot of people like to watch my channel, because I give you comparisons on things you already have, and then you can be like, you know what, I can sit this one out, especially because of the way the economy is. So that's what that series was about as well. Like, for you to notice the patterns in your collection, if you have patterns in your collection like I do. So I kind of want to see how many more Glamlite palettes I can put against Milk palettes that are similar. Because so far I only have like these, like 2 or 3. Because I was thinking maybe I could do the, what's that one? The Morte up against the Freddy versus Jason one. Because they have lots of reds and blues. But the difference is the not Freddy versus Jason. The Jason palette has a whole bunch of what do you call them, palettes in it. Has mauves in it as well. So I'm like, I don't know how well that's gonna work. Plus, I feel like Milk doesn't do color that often. I feel like Glamlite does a whole lot more color than Milk does. Milk is more like on the grungy end, and I'm just kind of like, you know. But I really miss doing that series. It's just I stopped finding brands I feel like had enough similar color stories to it because I had been so specific in the past. But it's something I definitely want to bring back next year, but I'm just like, I don't know how well it's going to work out. Depends on how that goes. But I'd still have like 6 or 7 in like a playlist of it for anyone who's interested now that you've heard me talk about it, if you want to go and inquire. Yeah, I still got one more look to do tonight. I have to do the Dream Master palette up against the other Milk palette, because of course you know if I'm doing one I gotta do the other one, so I'm doing both of those. I'm thinking about combining both of them together in a video, like just show both the Freddy Krueger palettes instead of having to do one day and one another day. But I don't know, it depends on how I feel and how long it takes to like the eye looks done. I feel like it shouldn't take long though, since I'm only doing one eye on camera. That's why I feel like it'd be okay, because I know my videos be long because I don't edit out as much of the eyeshadow look as other people do. But it's like, y'all, I work at night and y'all know I be tired, so that's why I don't always edit the way everyone else does. I mean, y'all still get videos every day, so it's like I figure it's not too bad. Oh, this one definitely has more glitter in it than the Melt one. But Melt is known for their shimmers, Melt is known for their mattes. So. Whereas I feel like Glamlite has better shimmers than Melt. This is my personal opinion, so let's take it. This is the shade Boiler Room, by the way. I don't know if I know I told you all each one as I did, but I'm like, you know. Okay, so those colors we're working with, as you can see, it's still a little bit brighter than this one is, but it's like the deepest one that had a closer color round to it. So that's why I went ahead with it. We're gonna go back in with the shade Asylum now. Wait, that's the wrong brush. I almost messed around and used the brush I had used for the what do you call the side? The Melt side. With a whole hot mess, y'all. So yeah, went up a little bit more. have Sector 001. That's my eyeliner. Of course, y'all know I live for Sector 001. It's like my favorite, like multichrome, dual chrome, colorful eyeliner in my entire collection. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more knives, just because I want it to be built up just a little bit more. And y'all know I like to dust around the sides and make sure everything looks nice and neat and cute. So we're gonna do that real quick. And I end up like putting mascara right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, so I'm gonna have to fix that before I take a picture for the thumbnail. Child, I was just over here doing entirely too much. Okay, I was over here doing entirely too much. And I'm gonna do Coming For You in the inner corner. I wish there was something lighter to use, but like the lighter thing in there isn't gonna match the lighter thing in the melt ones. I have to use, girl. So, yep. That's it. That's pretty much all. Look at girl. So back you on up and talk about my thoughts on both of these palettes and who I think won. So let's start off with the one I didn't use on camera, the Smoke Sessions palette. This is a classic. This is my baby. This is like one of my all-time favorite melt palettes. I feel like Glitter Fallout said this is like one that people sleep on, but this is like the very first palette they came out with. So you got to think how long ago this particular palette came out. I think this came out Christmas of 2018, 2019. So this one has been out for a while, so it's not like it just came out and everybody forgot about it. This palette came out 5 years ago, so I think it's performing great considering it came out 5 years ago. And I feel like the mattes are still nicely pigmented and blend out well. I like their creamy shimmer formula. The flaky one is the one I'm not necessarily crazy about, but I feel like this is more of like a creamy one. It's still a little thick and heavy when you put it on the lid though, but the color story overall to me was just so unique, and you didn't see anybody else doing these colors. I was back when Mel came up with these unique fun color stories that nobody else did. Now I feel like they're actually kind of behind, but this one's a classic. She's a throwback. I love her, and I just love the way these colors curated. I will say though, I don't like the fact that you don't have any lighter transition shades, because it's like you might not always want this much smoke going on with the eyes. So that's the only thing you have to keep in mind with that palette. But I figure worst come to worst, you can use your bronzer shade as a transition, so you don't have to have as much smoke as I have going right now. But next we have the Freddy Krueger palette. This is what we're working with. I love this shade right here, Haunted. I'm loving that blue to purple shift that it has going on. I think it's great. This one I like a little bit better because I feel like it gives you at least some transition shades, like this nice shade Elm Street. I had a nice transition pastel shade to transition with, and then you get like a nice deep neutral tone if you like that. Then it gives you a little bit more greens, and since I feel like this is supposed to be a more green heavy palette, I appreciate the heaviness on the green, but the fact that there are different tones of green in it. But at the same time, I feel like I like the color story of Smoke Session a little bit better. I do like this shade right here. So this shade Killer and the shade Haunted are my two favorite shimmers in the palette. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna have to go with my classic Smoke Session. So Smoke Session won for me. I definitely think she did it better. I don't know what it is, but I just love Smoke Session so much. So the Freddy Krueger palette is nice. It's just, it's not Smoke Session. That's what it comes down to for me. So I mean, you can say I'm biased, fine, say what you like, but I say Melt won this competition. So comment down below and tell me if you agree. Do you like the Melt side better, or do you like the Glamlite side better? Because I feel like the Melt side is definitely giving more smoke and more pigmentation than this one is giving, and that's why it won for me. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.